Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day. This is Rob here. Welcome to Market Mornings. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you please type the number 1 in the chat box or in that comment section, let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. And as you do, keep in mind that everything we look at today is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations. And if you like what you see, make sure you follow along on the various social platforms that we're on. Not only the ones that we're streaming on right now, but make sure you're following along with us in general to pick up all of the latest and greatest. Sean and I shot 4 videos the other day. I'm back in the office doing more videos today. So you want to make sure that you get notified on all of these various trainings, and they go out on all different social platforms that we do. All right. So with that, let's start off first with looking at the futures. All right. So very first thing, let's see where we're at this morning. So it's a sea of red. Go figure. You don't like the weather? Wait another day. It'll change. That was my friends who live in Seattle. You know, hey, it's not raining. When's it going to rain next? Oh, just wait 5 minutes. It'll rain. Right? It's pretty much the way it is, right? So on the S&P 500, we're down 62 points. The Dow is down 450. The NASDAQ's down 200. The RUT's down 28. Bitcoin down 390, back under 21,000. Ethereum's down 31.5, just over 1,000. Gold's the only thing that's up, not surprising, about $4. And crude oil, holy mackerel, do you see that? Crude oil at 103, ding, 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 103.45, folks. We were sitting at 110 yesterday, and we're at 103.45 yesterday at the close, right? Here we are at the open. Where was our high yesterday? Give or take-ish. So our high yesterday was about 111, and right now we're sitting at 103. So we got $7 or $8 drop in crude overnight. So whether or not it holds, we'll see, but definitely some easing there. And you know, the president is now calling for the federal government to drop for the summertime the federal taxes that are on the gas. And I don't know if dropping it's the right thing, but certainly cutting the percentage short term would work for sure. Everybody's still paying the tax on it, just less, because if we cut the tax, they're going to have to tax us somewhere else to make up for the revenue loss. So I don't know. Well, very mixed feelings about it. But the good thing is you should be able to get gas over the next couple of days a little bit cheaper based on what's going on now. And we're down $6 right now on crude. All right. Next, I want to just take a quick look at the economic reports or reports for today. 9:30, Powell testifies today, guys. So this could become a very rocky open. You need to know that. And it doesn't necessarily, and this is in this to the Senate, doesn't mean 9:30 is where the rocky is. This could come at 9:42 or 9:58, however long it lasts. He's asked the question, and it's not, the answer is not liked. I think you'll see the harder questions come up front. But, you know, what are you doing? How are you fixing this? What are you foreseeing in the future? I think you'll hear some of that. So just be knowledgeable that you've got this happening today, right? 9:30 today. All right, let's go take a look at some trades from yesterday. Guys, we kicked tail yesterday. We looked at the bull put spread on Tesla. Tesla Muskmouth, it was on layoffs. He was up. I said bullish below 620, long calls or pivots, right? So the pivot didn't work for me. It just exploded out of the pivot. There was nothing I could do. It was within seconds. It moved from one pivot to the next, so it couldn't take a pivot trade. I sold the 620, bought the 615 for $1.20 on the credit. You were able to get back out of it at a fairly low cost towards the end of the day yesterday. But you picked up about $1.80, depending on where you got out on Tesla. So great job. Drop in your trades, guys. I forgot to say that. Drop your trades in. What did you do yesterday? Share. This is about the community, right? I know what I did yesterday. Me sharing this doesn't really help me at all. Right? It helps you to see the things that I looked at yesterday, maybe what I did, and maybe how you can do some of the same. And that's no different when you drop your trades in. Others that are here get to learn from what you did and try to take advantage of the exact same setups that you might be looking at as well. I'll change that to 5-minute real quick. All right. Good. So that was number 1 was Tesla. Actually, let's bring it up and show it. Right? Woo, baby, baby, baby. What a great move yesterday, right? We got up. We just rocked. We ran. Was it a good directional trade? Uh-huh. There was some serious coin in there, right? ExxonMobil was the next one. right? ExxonMobil got an upgrade. We said a bull put spread below 83. I couldn't get a decent spread on it. So instead of the bull put spread near the open, I just sold the naked put, right? So sold the naked put, picked up 40 cents, throughout the day yesterday. Before lunchtime, I was out of it for a dime, right? So great rate of return on that one. I got 40 cents premium, which means I have 60 cents of risk, right? So look at what that rate of return is, cash in over cash out, 40 cents over 60 cents, right? Huge rate of return. Bottom line, when it was all said and done, I wind up with a 30% for the day on ExxonMobil, right? And then Roku, love me some Roku. Roku was that bi-directional trade. And again, if you guys have some names, some thoughts on what we want to call this trade, maybe we turn it into a contest. Drop those in. I would love to hear what you guys think. I'm looking at two-headed monsters right now because that's really what it is. It's a two-headed monster, right? Bi-directional. What did I look at today? Duplex, two-way. I don't know. Just spitballing things here. But if you guys have some names that you think might work for this, let me know. So if you look at where we had closed the previous day, right? Where we had closed here on Friday, we were very close that we could have hit and failed, or we get a breakout, a bounce, and a continuation move up. And that's what we had here yesterday, right? So long calls. This was about 9:45-ish. It was on that 9:45 candle. I don't remember the exact time. About 4:15, 4:20 was the cost of the options, right? 4:18, I think, was the exact price, but I'm not remembering the exact number. 10:10, we were out. Actually, let me see something here. Do I still have it? Let me see if I did it on this screen. Nope, wasn't on this one. All right. So I don't remember which of my screens I was on when I set the lines up on Roku, because it doesn't transfer from one chart to the next. Whatever you do on one doesn't change over to the next screen on TradeStation, at least not any way that I've figured it out how to do it. So we got that bounce. It actually opened up, very small pullback and a bounce, again, 15 minutes. And then we took off, very cognizant of that $87 level right there, bouncing off that 84. So out of it at 610. So it's just shy of a $2 move on Roku yesterday. Roku moves what? Almost $8 or $10 a day as an $80 stock, $90 stock. It's about 10% move intraday from high to low on a Roku. So, all right, let's see what we got here. Robert said 10 cents on Meta Scalp. Took 34-cent loss on the Qs. Bull put spread on Meta. 34-cent loss on Qs, period. Bull put spread on Meta for 17 cents, 15 cents on Amazon. Covered call and SPX bear call spread 50 cents. So, Robert, I'm hearing one that went against you and 3 or 4 of them that went in your direction. So, great job there. Alan said, Netflix nice on opposite day. There you go. Sean said 29% on SPY. Good vibes, good deal. We have a meeting once a week. Yes, it was usually on a Monday. It was yesterday. Sean's in the meeting with us, and he's in meeting with us. He's working, right, actively in this meeting and managing his position, and was able to pick up 29% before the meeting was over yesterday, which was absolutely awesome, right? And I did some of the same things on mine. Let's see. Chris said Adobe 40 cents, SPY 25 cents, Q's 20%. Nice. Great job there, Chris. Chris said did not get filled on Save or ExxonMobil. Right? Okay, so both those yesterday. Yeah, I didn't get filled on the Save. I looked at it, didn't get filled on it. Roku was between Roku and Tesla, I was really focused on the two of those guys. Right there, right? Roku wasn't on our list as a news trade, but it was bi-directional for me. Robert said over $600 for the day. Robert, that is awesome, right? Not too shabby, Robert. Someday, $600 a day, probably better than you do in your microgreens business, right? So on certain days. So good job there, Robert. Very, very good job. All right, let's go take a look at today's trades. And with that, drop in the candidates you want me to look at because we've got two that are newsy trades today. I don't understand it. What's going on? There's nothing out there. Not a lot on upgrades and downgrades. Not a lot on earnings. I think there were three companies that announced earnings. None of them meant anything. Three major companies that announced. None of them moved at all. Right? So nothing there. But I do have a couple of others for us to look at as well. So if you have some candidates that you want me to take a look at, drop those puppies in and we will do just that. So Airbnb is number one. They got a downgrade from JP Morgan, right? So Airbnb is down $3.50 right now to 98.5. Let's try to get it on a little bit closer zoom. So we're okay. There we go. So right now it's at 99 even. So we're still above this $83 level, 83.72. It got a downgrade. It puts us at 99. I'm on the wrong company. There we go. No wonder. I'm like, the numbers aren't matching. What are we talking about here? All right. So now let's bring this back out a little bit. Let's look at the whole fib first. Okay. There we go. Now I got a better view. So we're at 99 right now. We are underneath our 103. So we're going to look at a bear call spread above 104, which would give us the 8 moving average, right? If you want to be less aggressive, you can go above 109. I just don't know how much premium you're going to get on that position, right? As of yesterday, if we were looking at a bear call spread above 104, the 104, 105s would give you 36, 7, about 40, 35, 40 cents. As of yesterday, we moved $3. So 1, 2, 3. So you're actually looking at 20 cents right now, ish, is what you're going to see on that position. 20 cents, that's a 25% rate of return because your maximum risk is 80. You're taking in 20, right? 1 quarter, right? So I like it. I like it a lot. Dow, DOW. So Dow Chemical has been in what I call a bearish thrusting pattern, right? They have just fallen off the face of the earth, literally straight down. Yesterday's gap up and and reversal that took place there, right? That rollover was, just a great continuation for it. Didn't quite fill the gap, which I would have liked to have seen, but that'll come at a bit bullish time on the chart. So right now, we've got nothing left on fibs, and we really don't have a place to draw off of yet. So we have to look left at the previous fibs to see what we have there. So if we're sitting right now on Dow at 52.21, on Dow, we're down here, right? We've got 52.47 right now is our support level there. And the problem is there's no lines below that one either, right? So now we've got to go back historically and look at what other fibs we have. So we've got 51.33 as our next support, guys. So if we look, if we're sitting at 52 right now, right? If I can get, I don't know if we can, if we can get above 50, yeah, 57, that's nothing. Dow is just too blue chip-ish of a company. So we're not going to get anything that far up. So we're going to look at we're sitting at 52. We're down below that 54, 52 level. We're going to look at a bear call spread above 55. Right? I just don't know if we're going to get a whole lot out of it. And the 55 comes in play because of this 54, 52 level that we're already below. All right? So we're looking left. It's older support and resistance levels that we're focused on. Okay? All right. So that's the two from today. But on top of that, I thought I would throw in a bonus today. That bi-directional trade that I'm talking about, guys. I mean, I have talked this up with my team lately extensively, because this is a trade that I have been very focused on every single day. I'm looking for these opportunities in this kind of market. I said it yesterday on the Ben Zenga show that I was on. Calling it my inflation buster trade, right? Because what's happening is inflation's crushing everybody, right? And we're getting this whipsaw. Prices are up, gas. Prices are up, prices are down. I mean, we're all over the place with everything right now. So because of the way the market's moving, we're up hundreds of points yesterday and down hundreds of points today on the Dow, right? So because of that, last night you sat up and you get, ooh, bullish market. I found all these bullish stocks. I've got this set up for tomorrow. And you wake up and find out the market's down 300, 400, 500 points. Oh, now what? I don't have anything for bearish today. These trades are bidirectional, so they can work in either direction, right? So the very first one is Amazon. And actually, let me shift over to this other symbol grid there. This is Amazon, right? So what am I looking at for Amazon? Well, it can work either direction. We can either retest the 110.48 and fail, or break out of the 110.48, retest and bounce. Either way is good. Which way would I prefer to the downside for sure? Why? Well, because we're already setting up that way. We're already in a bearish bias at this point. Right? We're down $2.50 right now on Amazon to 106. Right? I like it better to the downside. Right? So Amazon is the first one. Right? Goldman Sachs is next. We're sitting near this Fibit. Right? We could bounce and move up. I would definitely respect that 8 moving average as a resistance level. Or we break, retest, and drop, where we're looking at 273 is our next support level. And right now on Goldman Sachs, we're down 470 at 280. So guess what? We broke that 283. Give me a retest and a fail. And now we're looking at a potential bearish opportunity. So again, like the opportunity a lot on Goldman Sachs. Right? Of everyone I found today, Home Depot is probably one of my favorite ones of this trade setup, right? So I'm a big Home Depot fan as a company. I shop there crazily, right? It seems. Let's bring that in. So again, why do I like this one? Well, if we go back to Goldman Sachs, right? I've got resistance up ahead with the 8 moving average. I've got a lot of opportunities still, but if I go to Home Depot, I ain't got nothing ahead of me except the confluence at the 279.04 level. So I like that for the bullish side. For the bearish side, we've got nothing there either, right? We've just got blue skies ahead, right? 53. Let's go look at a bigger picture. All right, 53, 63, 73, 18 points, 17.92. We don't need a fib in there. So I would probably put one just for kicks and giggles. It's close, but it's not required. So we're going to put in a -5 minus 0.5. All right. So 262. Right now on the depot, we're at 265. Right. So we've already moved a good part of the way down. What do I need to have happen? I needed to move back up, retest, and fail. But this gave me an opportunity last night to identify candidates that can work no matter what the market does today. And if it goes sideways, if I see the market is flat, maybe we need to call it a 3-directional trade. If the market is flat, I'll just do a credit spread on it, right? Or an iron condor on it and take the premium on both sides of that trade. All right, so Home Depot was number 3. PANW, not for faint of heart. PANW is very light on open interest, always is. I like it as a company. I like trading it, but you've got to be cautious because of the open interest on it. They're down 771 right now to 492. Right? So what is that? Woo! Okay, so what did it mean? You could trade the downside, but I've got an 8 moving average at 489. Guess what? We're almost there. But if we move back up to the 499.5 and fail, I've got an opportunity to take that bearish entry. If we break the 500 retest and bounce, we've got an opportunity to take the bullish entry. Right? What do you guys think of these trades? Do you like these trades? Give me a 1 for yes, 2 for no. If you don't, that's okay. Give me a 1 for yes or 2 for no. Do you like this style trade? Is this something that you would want to see more of? Maybe even a training on. Just give me a 1 for yes, 2 for no on that, and that will work fine for me. Let's see. And then let's jump into your candidates here. So Frankie said McDonald's, MCD. So no one wants any more of that? Oh, there we go. There's a couple of them. Okay, I'm like, wow, that must be a real long delay with YouTube today. Okay. All right, good. McDonald's closed at 239.59. Current is at 237. All right, so let's go look at Mickey D's. Let's pull this out. So right now it's sitting at 237. right? So it's down here. Retest at 238 and a fail. I love it. Where is it? Let me just do a last check. MCD to get a full number of it, or actual number right now. 237.39. Yeah, so we're right there, Frank. So all you need is that small move up and a fail, and you got room down at 234.5. I'd probably be out at 235, 35 quarter, somewhere around there would be my target, and out of that trade. Certainly, it's not a big move. You certainly can look at pivot points for this as well. All right. Hope that helps. Appreciate you contributing there. Alan's asking for Tesla. Let's see. Tesla, let me drop it in here. TSLA. Guess which way they're moving today? They're down $14 at 697 even. So bearish with the retest of the 700. So same thing, guys. Right? Drop down. Let's see. 697 right now. So we're up in here. Right? If you get the move back up to the 21 moving average and the fail off that 610, yes, looks like we've got 683 as support. We don't need a 100-point level in there because our pivot is over 100. So we're not going to drop hundreds in there at this point. Right? I like it below the 683, Alan, personally, where I have a confluence drop, break, fail. But it's an interesting candidate today after the 61-point move yesterday. Right? Let's see how much of it we actually give back. Appreciate that, Chris. Yeah, you would realize I was on the wrong chart. Alan said W-Day bearish. Another pop candidate, power option plays candidate. W-Day bearish with a retest of the 140 and fail. And right now, W-Day, I'm going to assume, I haven't looked at it today. Well, no print on it yet. So it's going to be down, though. It's not one that normally has a lot of pre-market movement. So it's going to be down on the day. I'm pretty confident of that. So with that, Alan, trading plan is solid. You've got plenty of room down to that 130.5. So even if we open down a couple of bucks, make a small move up and a fail, you've got a good opportunity there. So I like it. I like it a lot. Would not make for a good bi-directional trade. We're just too tight in here, right? But otherwise, great. I love it. Good job, Alan. Robert saying, Google and Apple, market goes bullish. I'll be looking for calls or credit spreads. Retest the fib and a bounce is what I'm looking for. If the market goes bearish, I'll trade Apple to the downside with pivot points. I mean, guys, Robert's spot on, right? You hear the plan? He's not sitting there saying, I am just doing this. What he's saying is, if the market does this, why? Because in this crazy market, we're seeing this whipsaw, this upsy downsy type stuff. In this crazy market, he's putting a plan together of how do I react, right? Mr. Miyagi, best block, no be there, right? Right? Just get out the way, right? You're walking down the street, you see them hoisting the piano up to the 100th floor, and the rope breaks, you don't get under it and try to catch it, right? You get out of the way, pick it up later, right? Robert's not putting a plan together of, I'm going to get there and catch that fallen knife, that falling piano. His plan is, I'm going to look at this, and what the market does, I am going to be stealth. I'm going to be fluid, liquid, where I can move around and place the trade based on what I see. So I don't know if we're going to see much to the upside today, but I like the downside component for sure. If we look at Apple, they're down $2 right now to, we'll call it 134. So you got room down to 131. I would use the 135 half level, Robert. Yesterday's closing price of the 8 EMA, I would use that as your resistance right now and look for the break off of there, right? And Robert said, yes, that's how I am trading every day. Good, Robert. I love it. That's exactly what people should be doing, right? And then Andres is asking for NIO, NIO. So let's see. They've had a really good move. This has been on Cover Call Explorer a couple of times. We've had it here lately, right? Let's see where NIO is today after that big move yesterday. They're down 41 cents. All right. Puts them at 22.25. So 21.20, Andres, is support. 23.14 is resistance. So we don't have big movement in there, And if we break the 23.14, you're up to 26 and a quarter. Right. So there's a lot, and no fib neither. A lot of opportunity there to the upside for this one. Right. All right. Excellent. So guys, remember tonight, Tony has his patterns today class. I think it's actually today and tomorrow. He's doing 2 of them. I think tonight's is the 8 p.m. Tomorrow, I think, is noon. And if you just go to the page, you'll see it. Right. So he's got that training coming up. Right. June 22nd, 8 p.m. June 23rd, 12 p.m. So check that out, folks. If you really want to be able to look at a chart, and you're going to be blown away. If you've not seen Tony before, Tony's going to look at a pattern and say, I see this pattern there. And you're going to go, really? Do you have to tip your head to see it? And then a day later, a couple hours later, depending on the chart he's looking at, you go, oh, wow, I see it. It's there, right? Tony is the pattern whisperer. He's excellent. Excellent when it comes to this stuff. So make sure you check that training out, folks. You will not be disappointed. Tony does a great job. Sean dropped the links in the chat box so you can grab them there. Right. And of course, make sure you just work your way over to Trading Like a Boss. There's tons of free resources on there for you to take advantage of. All right. So with that, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. Take care. And I will see you all back here tomorrow morning, bright and early. All right, folks. See you then. Bye for now.